made it to the last level. Yay, the Silent Auditorium. This level is really difficult and it's going to take a lot of practice, but that's the same as most of the other levels. So we're going to jump right into it. I'll try to explain the best I can as we go, but again, feel free to pause and rewind as you need to. So to start off, we are going to run straight forwards and look for a door on the right. It's going to be the first door you come to actually on the right. We're going to turn on our flashlight, crouch in the corner, and look at this little black line here. You'll be able to do the ground pounds and turn immediately to the left to grapple this wall. Then we're going to start moving this direction with our grapple. We're doing our Spider-Man thing, and the next grapple is really nice right there on that box because you can get a big swing up. Anywhere over here is great to grapple. And then this part is a little tricky. So you're going to slide off the end of this platform. You do not want to jump or do anything different. And we're going to grapple that corner there and stay as close to the wall as we can. If you don't do that, then you'll hit a load and you'll freeze and you'll have to push restart. So we're going to slide off the end. Then we're going to grapple there, stay close to the corner and whip around. And then easy peasy here, you're looking for a platform to land on. This is the first of two triggers right here. So as long as you pass this texture right here, you'll hit the first trigger. This trigger is what spawns in the hunters. And if you don't hit this, you won't get hunters. So we want to make sure and hit that. We're going to slide off the edge here and look down to get our second trigger, which is where this platform starts to angle up. So right about here is where the second trigger is, and this is the one for the button. So the button will not work unless you hit there. Then we're going to switch weapons to our tank gun, look about right here, and then we're going to do our ground pound to get back inbounds. Yay! This is where the sword comes in because you can shoot that hunter and slice him, and then you've killed both of them. So that's really fast if you can do it that way. Some people like Sasquatch, I saw him using the skewer, and that's not a bad idea too. So you have to play around with that depending on what difficulty you're playing on is a big deal too. I prefer the energy sword though because it's pretty. And then what we're going to do is this is just movement based. So I'm going to fast forward until we get to our coil portion. All right, so we are sliding to the end of this really big room with a bunch of enemies. There's going to be a purple coil right here. It's best to grab the purple because if you grab the blue, it will kill you when you do your coil launch. So sometimes that can happen. It's better just to play it safe and grab the purple coil, and everybody likes purple better. This next part is a little tricky. So we are actually going to grapple, and then right as we hit the ground, we're going to jump, and that'll launch us with enough speed to clear this gap. So grapple, jump, and then we're going to grapple the bottom there, swing ourselves up, kind of wedge ourselves in this corner by holding D or holding right. And we're just holding the right the whole time we do this. So I'm crouched, holding right. I'm going to grapple pound. And then I can just let off everything. You kind of just sit here, then turn to the left, grapple up. And this movement is optimized. You can go as slow as you want. But we're going to just keep trucking through this. You have to be careful not to go too far to the right or the left, or you'll get a weird load and it'll freeze. So we don't want that. I think it's a BSP if I'm correct. Sorry for my lack of technical knowledge there. It's best not to fall down in these, and I'm not sure why that's happening, but we're still cruising along. At this part, you're going to turn to the left, and you'll see that this is not loaded in. Once you start to drop down, you're going to grapple right there, and it will load in. So load in and then grapple. Right as I see the load, I normally do the grapple. We're going to land here and just simply jump over this and then grapple right here. This movement's pretty specific. You don't want to go too far to the left or right, or you'll get that weird freeze. So keep just following this. It's nice. You can kind of pop over here. You do not want to go too far right here, or else you'll get a weird freeze. So we go around it. And then for our last portion here, you can just grapple. No big deal. This is where we're going to clip back in bounds. And to do this, I'm going to crouch, hold down A to get to the leftmost portion of this door. And then you're going to see three different, views. So I think of them as 1, 2, 3. We want to go on the second one. So it wouldn't be the first view. It would be the second view right in the middle here. You're going to grapple and then pound, and you'll go right through. That's a little bit tricky, but you'll get it after a few tries. Then we're just going to continue along here. If you do that grapple and then jump at the very end, you can gain some speed. So that's the fastest way I've found to move with a coil. The next part is going to be our coil launch. So the best way to do this, and this is thanks to Lori actually showed me this, you're going to bump against the pillar here, look straight up in the air, back up just one tick, if you will. Then we are going to push V to drop the coil. We're looking straight up in the air, and then it's going to hopefully balance. The best way to do this is actually to push against it. So I'll push against it to make sure that it doesn't fall over. Then we're good at coil launches because of Gabrakan and Foundation. We'll look straight down, holding forwards, jump, grapple, and we'll launch in the air. This is a perfect example of what not to do because I got a baby launch and that is not how we want to do it. So let's try it one more time. I'm gonna push against it right there and then boom, jump, grapple. And that was a slow launch, but we're moving up, so not a big deal. The reason I went on the other side of that pillar is typically it will actually launch you this direction, which is closer to the door. This next clip is a little tricky, so we're gonna crouch, make sure we're centered on this line, turn around and use the sword as kind of your buffer. So I put him on this L shape, if you will. You can kind of see the L shape there. It doesn't have to be too exact, but that's what I prefer. Then we're going to grapple pound. And you can just sit here. You don't have to push any buttons. We're going to look right here. You can even go a little bit farther that way or that way if you want, but you have to move your view and basically like a little bow is how I think of it, like down and up, and we want to bonk our head right where we're grappling. So this is called the head bonk. I'll show you how it works right here. We're going to grapple, move, and then bonk our head, and you'll freeze right here, you'll notice. So all I have to do is save and quit. And when we load back in, we're going to be past that door. And the reason we have to do that is because of the coil launch. So we skipped some vital things and the game is not happy with us unless we do that. All right, and loading back in, we should be right here ready to finish off the last battle with the Harbinger and then complete the entire game. So guys, I think we've made it through the entire speedrun tutorial series. I just wanted to thank you for even watching any of the videos. I hope they helped, and it was really fun doing. This is kind of my first time even recording like video and putting it on YouTube. So thanks for bearing with me. If you want other guides or if you guys are needing help with anything else, please let me know in the comments. I can definitely make some movement tutorials or other things, and the game is still evolving, so there's probably going to be a lot more things to come. This is just to get you started speedrunning, as like with any game, it's going to evolve and change. So thank you again, and we'll see you out there.